Hello there. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we are going to see how to build an AI-powered .NET API using Microsoft.Extensions package. We are going to use Ollama for any LLM operation. If you are new here, my name is Santo. I make videos about .NET related things. Make sure you subscribe to the channel to stay in touch about anything related to AI in or general .NET. Okay, so what is Microsoft.Extensions.AI? To know more about this, I would say just go and check out this blog post, which was written by Microsoft to explain what is Microsoft. They already had a similar thing called semantic kernel. If you don't know semantic kernel, yeah, go and check out the documentation for semantic kernel here. Yeah, so basically what semantic kernel is SDK for building AI agent and working with planning steps with LLMs. So there were quite a few concepts here, like AI services, prompts, plugins, so you can build your own plugins. And we also have an agent framework. So they have quite a big collection of utilities on working with generative AI. And this map actually explains it really well that you have a bunch of plugins and you have books and code and you have a lot of different LLM and how do you make all these things work together. That is basically why. There is nothing else like this for the .NET landscape. There are quite a few Python packages which does these things, but for .NET, I think our only option to use semantic kernel to do anything advanced with AI. But recently, they also announced .ai extension. So how does this fit in? Basically, this is an abstraction package which implements certain key interfaces, and then we take those interfaces and implement for certain providers. I would say if you are having Ollama as your LLM backend, you have to implement your Ollama related implementation for these abstractions. And the same for Azure, OpenAI, and almost all the other community packages. As you can see, the main important thing is that it provides an iChat client interface. So once you register that interface, you can use all the functions in that. Okay. And they go over the functions which are in the iChat client interface. Yeah, if you want to know more, just go to the video description here and you can find the links to. So, what my blog post does is that it takes that package and then we are going to create a .NET API using minimal API. And that API is going to call Ollama. So it's basically a simple chat interface. And we will try to keep things as simple as possible. Okay? So the prerequisites are .NET 9, as I said. The abstraction packages are still in preview. It was announced 4 months ago, but I think they are still building and a lot of things. Yeah, so make sure you have .NET 9 running and you have Ollama running. So if you don't know what Ollama is, go to ollama.com and you can basically run these large language models very easily locally in your computer. If you are using Mac, Windows, or Linux, you can just download and start running. It kind of uses the Docker model where you can just go and then just do Ollama run or Ollama pull to get the LLM, and then you can do Ollama run to run the LLM. Very, very simple to get started. If you know Docker, you can easily get started. Okay. And yeah, also important you have a basic understanding of what .NET is and what API is and how to work with minimal APIs. Yeah. So if you have all of these things, I think you'll be ready to just start writing the API. Yeah. Okay. Let's start with this. The first thing is creating a simple .NET API project. I will just use the .NET new command and give it a name with Ollama with extension and function calling. I'm naming it because we are also going to use function calling capabilities of the models. Yeah, open the terminal and just here code cd. This is what we have, right? So we have an empty web application, and we'll open a new terminal here and everything. See the terminal, yeah, and we go back to the No, we are going to install all the required packages. This is the AI package, the Ollama package. These two are the required packages. I also added Scalar and OpenAPI so that we have a nice UI to look at the API with. So I will just first then add all the packages to the project. And Scalar is going to help us view the API endpoint, and then come back and look at the package reference. We have all the packages we need. Now let's do a simple let's run it. Then. First, I would say I will just copy the scalar things so that going on your program. Okay, what I have done is that I have used scalar.asp.core as a using, and then we have added OpenAPI, and then I mapped OpenAPI. This will create the OpenAPI JSON, and we also created a scalar API. When you run this, you will see load, and you can also see that we have a simple UI where global. So that's very easy to implement an API, but that's another video. Let's move on to blog post and then implement the actual API. So technically, this is the filter configuration. Filter configuration is used to read the configuration from the settings file or app settings file. So I have settings which are like this. There is also defaults. You don't find it. I will add it here. And I think we don't need any embeddings, but we are going to build configuration. So we need two of these. So we need a Ollama endpoint and a name of the model. So my Ollama endpoint is HTTP localhost 11434. I can just go there and show you. You see that I see that message which says Ollama is running. That means the Ollama API is running. And I have a chat model. By default, I have locally Llama 3.2 running. So Llama 3.2 will be available for me. If you want to know whether you have models running, you just go and type Ollama list, and it will list all the models which are available for you. And I can see that I have Llama 3.2 running myself. Now, once we have our Ollama endpoint and the chat model, the next thing is to make sure we have our chat client. And to do that, we have to add this. Make sure you are using the Microsoft.Extensions.AI. And here we are passing Ollama endpoint and a model ID. So model ID is Llama 3.2. And Ollama endpoint is my locally running Ollama endpoint. If you have Ollama running somewhere else, make sure to change the endpoint. And I am mentioning as a builder and also using function invocations, and I'm doing it and I'm asking it to build. This function invocation is where we pass the functions. So let's build the function. Functions are simple functions with the descriptions. So now add bunch of functions here for descriptions, component model, and you can see that you have get weather, which will get a random weather. So there are two options here. It's going to say it's sunny or it's raining, or get the location. I'm based on Vienna, Austria, so that's hard coded here. But you can also implement your own custom function either. Yeah, and also get weather and location. So basically, one function called sun. These are simple examples. Yeah, and now we just have to create a chat set. The chat options are the ones which helps us to pass this along. The LLM to tell the LLM like, hey, you know what? I actually have these three functions with me. So when you make decisions, keep that in mind. And this description is important because the LLM makes the decision based on this description. So if you say, okay, get the weather, and it understands, okay, if I want to know the weather, I'll write all this function on my own. Now, since we have all the functions available, we can add a chat client. Okay, so this chat client isn't just an extension coming from the chat builder, and we added our chat client, which was created here, to the services. The next thing would be to create a simple API. So I changed the get to redirect to scalar, and now we will have a chat endpoint. And in the chat endpoint, we have a chat.complete async with message, whichever message we send in the API endpoint, and the chat options, which we created here with all the functions which we created here. So we are sending a message to the LLM with all the chat options which we have available, and the LLM will respond accordingly. So try to run this app here. Yeah, you see there is a chat text, there is a message query parameter, and if you go to my example, I have shown you where am I and what is the weather systems. And so the first request will take a while because it has to load the GPU in the memory. So you can see that my GPU started working, and as soon as the model is loaded, it will give you an answer. So the model ID is Ollama, and then the answer we got is like, you are currently located in Vienna, Austria. The current weather is sunny. Yeah, this is correct. This is actually using the functions we provided, and it also gives you the additional information from your model. So now my model is still in memory, so I can, if I send the request again, now it will be faster. See, now it says you are currently in Vienna. It says whether your current weather is sunny. See, now I can do it again. Answer the question according to your current location. It's mostly sunny, so you can see that it's saying something different. Its current weather is rainy. So based on the random value, we are changing whether it's sunny or cold, raining based on the random values. Yeah, so we are sure now this function is called, and this function. Okay, so I added another question to make both work again. The only request answer. Now Vienna, Austria is the current location. Currently sunny weather, temperature is blah blah. I'm unable to retrieve weather report. However, I can suggest some. Now it says I don't know where you are. Okay, yeah, now it says Vienna, Austria is the current. Yeah, so you can see that the answer changes from time to time. This is the problem, but it most of the time it will understand that okay, you're actually in this location based on the functional response. And once the model is loaded into the memory, the responses are quite fast. There are a few more changes you can do. You can add caching and then add more error handling, but I will leave those things to you. This is a very simple demonstration. We didn't do anything crazy. We just have a bunch of functions, and we have a chat client, and this chat client was given this function as a AI function, and now this AI chat client is calling the LLM and then making sure that these functions which we declared are triggered based on the questions we ask. Yeah, so maybe if you have a very simple use case, this would be a reasonable solution. Or if you have a simple API endpoint to process information like the mood or the tone, some simple AI or ML operation. This is a reasonably good way to build API. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I will add the blog post in the video description along with all the other things, along with the sample repo I created here in GitHub. Yeah, so come and give it a look and then see what you think. I know it's a very basic example. You cannot do much about it, but package is still in beta. Maybe once it's out and things the abstraction is finalized, we can talk building something. Okay, then hope you have a nice day and see you all in the next video. Bye bye.